Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Overwatch. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we'll be having some fun. Now we do these hero ability concept videos from time to time and you guys seem to really enjoy them. A quick note, these videos are more about firing the idea shotgun at our mind canvas to see what sticks, and as such are less about what would be balanced and what wouldn't, and more of wouldn't this be cool or fun to imagine? What's the old adage about science? Thinking about what we could do, not worrying about if we should. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist. With that said, let's get going. I'm Spider Batman thingy. I'm just gonna let you in on a little secret. I've been obsessed with Batman recently. I've watched The Dark Knight like a million times, and I've always thought how Batman uses the environment to his advantage is amazing in every medium he's been realised in. Movies, the Arkham games, Batmaning something by hiding then descending on it from above for a takedown is always cool. Then I thought about Overwatch and some of the things that used to be in the game when Blizzard was in their creative testing phase. Did you know that Genji could originally stick to walls and not just run up them? Well, to me that's fascinating. What if that idea was expanded into its own playstyle? Lucio can wall ride, Genji and Hanzo have the same movement-based passive, but what if there was a hero whose kit was based around being able to control wall or ceiling interactions? You know, like Batman or Spider-Man. If that was the case, what kind of hero would they be and why would you use them? The question is, what would they do? Are they a damage hero? Are they a tech support that offers different utility like Sombra does? Well, let's start at the base. I want to hide in the shadows and Batman people. Now, in the spirit of the world's greatest detective, maybe this hero's takedown is non-lethal. Perhaps it does no damage at all? Maybe the utility they offer is in selectively locking down a target and removing them from play in a passive manner. Think of Dota abilities that are like an ensnare. You don't harm the target, you just stop them from doing anything. Now Sleep Dart already does this, but damage wakes the target up. Because I want to make the impact of the ensnare significant, you couldn't also have your team just be able to delete the target post-trap. So in that case, it would have to be like a cocoon, where neither team could heal or damage the hero trapped within. Here's the thing, say if your teammate gets ensnared, what should be available to you as a counter option? Well, I thought, a friendly teammate could break the cocoon, but only with melee damage. You couldn't shoot it, you have to be in its immediate proximity to break it. The benefit to the team with this hero would be that it's an incredibly impactful backline harassment and initiation tool, a feint, a way of making an enemy team look in a direction that distracts them from your main attack. That's very Batman. So how would the hero get into the position to do such a play? Well, much more comprehensive wall and ceiling movement mechanics. Hide above doorways, on roofs, in corners, some high point people might not expect. You could traverse between surfaces as well in a perfect world. Perhaps glide between them, and when it came time to trap something, maybe it's an ability on a cooldown that pounced a target, activated in a similar way to how Mercy flies to teammates. Now to balance all that tech utility, this hero would have to be low damage output. The problem with Genji being able to stick to walls whenever he wants is that he's altogether too lethal. This hero's threat would have to be in how much effort it takes to counter his utility, not that you're scared he's gonna frag out. A pistol maybe, perhaps 2 pistols akimbo. Low damage like Mercy, but really fun to fire. In the same vein, I'm not gonna give this hero 600 HP. Maybe the old Zenyatta model or close to it, 50 HP with 100 shields, something like that. Squishy for certain. So their playstyle is high risk but unspeakably cool. A problem I can already see is that once they pounce a target, post-ensnare they'd be very vulnerable. Batman would have his hook shot and utility belt, but let's try and be a bit creative. What if when you ensnare a target, post-cast, you drop a flashbang or smoke screen to give you the time to slip away? If it's part of the ensnare mechanic, the hero wouldn't have it just to use on the regular in the mid-fight, which might be a bit too good. As for ultimate, they could make use of a snare gun that fires a webbed net. Anything caught in it is stuck to the nearest surface, kind of like a grav but smaller and maybe charges slightly faster. Maybe you could use it to web off a spawn door, like a Mei wall or something. Most of the hero's value would be in their main kit, so the ult would be weaker compared to say Sombra's EMP. With all this imagining going on, let's focus on some lore, shall we? Overwatch Agent Mirage. Okay, so I'm making him English, it's just happening. Think Captain Price from Modern Warfare in terms of appearance and age minus the hat. Basic backstory is, he's an ex-jewel thief with a heart of gold. He never killed anyone during his heists, instead choosing to ensnare or trap them before he simply walked out with the diamonds. He hates guns and only started to carry them during the Omnic crisis. He prides himself on not having to use them unless given absolutely no other choice, preferring subtlety and subterfuge over brute force to carry out his missions. When the Omnic crisis exploded, he turned away from his selfish life of crime to fight in a bigger conflict. You could make him like Tracer's uncle that nobody ever talks about due to the shame. Maybe he was an Overwatch double agent within Talon, who everyone assumed betrayed Overwatch but in fact didn't. Everyone thinks he's dead, but he's actually been hiding out with only Soldier 76 Jack Morrison knowing he was no traitor. Perhaps like Batman in the Dark Knight film with the death of Harvey Dent, more people were saved through the lie of him turning against Overwatch. Him taking that fall protected others in deep cover. With both sides coming more and more into the open, he decided it was time to lend his skill set to the side of good once more. Yo, not for nothing, but I kinda like this guy. He's not real, Eddie, you just made him up? Okay, fine, you got me, but I still think he's cool. Let me know in the comments if you'd want to play Mirage, and as always with these types of videos, share your hero ideas as well. We always like to read them. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss one of our videos again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in good company. And finally, please follow the Your Overwatch Twitters where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.